Hi, I'm Dr. Tracy Mueller, and you can call me Tracy. I actually prefer to be called Tracy. I'm here to tell you a little bit about myself and my role within the School of Special Education at UNC. So first, I started my journey in special education as an undergraduate at Syracuse University, where I learned everything there is to know about inclusive education. In fact, my bachelor's of science was in inclusive education. So I was dually degreed in special education and general education, but everything I learned was really all about inclusion and the best practices that come with it. So when I graduated and went to California, back to my hometown to teach, my life was completely turned upside down because I'm sure none of you have experienced this at all, and I'm saying that incredibly sarcastically. But what I learned in college wasn't happening in the real world when I was a teacher. And so I kind of started my advocacy then and realized really quickly that students with disabilities really needed a voice and needed more. And so I partnered with families and I worked with students and had some great outcomes. And then when the time came, I decided to pursue my education further to keep learning more. So I obtained a master's degree in curriculum and instruction. And then I went on to eventually to UC Santa Barbara, where I obtained my PhD in special education, disabilities, and risk studies. And my emphasis was working with families. And during that time, I worked previously as a special education teacher, and then I also worked as a behavior analyst. So I've always really had a passion for the world of behavior in the large sense. And so working with families and all the different dynamics that can happen through the family professional partnership. And so a lot of that involved my research in conflict prevention and dispute resolution that could be amicable and maintain that partnership that we really want, that's envisioned by the law, the spirit of idea that we really strive for. And then the other side of my research and passion is behavior, working with students with behavior challenges and utilizing different behavioral procedures that can improve their academic, social, and just behavioral world. And so that's my educational background. I've been at UNC since 2004. And I consistently teach classes in the areas of behavior as well as family professional partnerships, the IEP meeting process, and law and policy is a big area of mine as well. And I love doing research that's specific to those areas, and I really am always very grateful for the students that I have to work with who are passionate about that area as well. And excuse my birds that are squawking in the background. I'm actually making this recording at my house. So I teach special undergraduates, master's students, and doctoral students. And it's always been my most favorite part of my job is teaching and empowering others to push the envelope like me and strive for more and do better and continuously learn. And I truly believe that anyone who enters their doctoral program isn't there if they're not driven or have a passion or goal. So one of my favorite parts of working with PhD students is that passion and seeing that passion and helping students find their path to meet their goals and to keep on moving forward with that. So it's something I really love. I also am a BCBA, and sometimes I admit that, and sometimes I don't. I'm a doctoral level BCBA board certified behavior analyst, which means, back when I was getting my doctorate, they actually didn't have the BCBA as prominently then. But it is a very important credentialing board credential process to really maintain that we have strong quality people who are out there providing behavioral support to our students, the families, and the educators that they serve them. And so I coordinate a Master's Intervention Specialist ABA program that is directed towards students obtaining their BCBA degree if they want. A lot of doctoral students are in the ABA credential as well, and it's the ABA certificate program that allows them to embed the 6 ABA courses into their PhD program to eventually become board certified as long as they have supervision, etc. So that's something I do, but when I share that I'm a BCBA, I do it quietly sometimes because unfortunately the world of BCBAs have gotten a bad reputation as far as thinking that they're very dogmatic in terms of practices being very specifically ABA with autism. And one thing that I find that's really unique about our program and about myself even is that I apply ABA everywhere, and I feel that ABA should be applied everywhere. It's not just autism, it's students with traumatic brain injury, it's geriatrics, it's post-traumatic stress disorder for all of the soldiers that we see come back home with different areas of need. And I mean, I use ABA all the time with my husband and my kids. So I mean, it's everywhere in businesses, advertisements, ABA is everywhere. And so that's a big hallmark of our program. And so I'm always excited to work with students who like to think beyond the box and really push where behavioral interventions and services can lead to and the great things that come with it. So that's me on the professional side, and then I really think it's important to introduce the personal side as well. I'm also a mom of 3 daughters, and I think it's really important. 2 of them are teenagers. One is in elementary school, married to my high school sweetheart, and I think it's important to introduce our personal lives as well because we're all humans and we're all trying to do the juggle balance of life and work. And so that's a big area of mine is I'm very passionate about my work, but I'm also incredibly passionate about my family. So I'm always trying to make sure I have that balance. And some days I'm better at it than others. And anyone have advice for me? I'd love it because I'm always trying to support my students with that juggle as well. I think it's important that we understand that and know that. So anyway, that's me in a nutshell. You, of course, can go to look at me on the website and see my abbreviated Vita, but I'm always open to conversation. So feel free to reach out through email, schedule a phone call. I'm always happy to talk and get to know you more and support you through your program. So it was nice to introduce myself to you. Hopefully it was helpful to you in understanding who I am as a faculty member. And I wish you the best of luck in your doctoral program. I hope you really take the time to enjoy it and learn and get everything you need out of it. Bye.